All right, Shalom. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Baha, Rakakodash. I'd also like to give double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone that do well. And I would like to say peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, the hopeful elect in the 1/3. And Lord's will, this lesson will be edifying and exhorting to the sincere sheep of Yahweh Bashem El Shai, Baha, Rakakodash. The Wadi Al Bashem El Shai for giving me the inspiration to do this lesson. And as the title reads, Eve believed the serpent, will you? All right. And, we all should be familiar with the story of Adam and Eve, okay, or the true understanding of that. And also understanding that the serpent, okay, wasn't literally a snake, but has the characteristics of one, okay. And if the Spirit will, I will go into it real quick to break it down just for edification's sake. And actually, I will really, really quick. All right, so let's do this. Let's duplicate. All right, and let's go to Genesis 3 very quickly so we all understand and we're on the same page, because the serpent, Esau, Edom, has beguiled the world. All right, well, he's been allowed to deceive, all right, to get you with his poison, all right, his lies, his propaganda. And our people suffer a spirit of a benefit of the doubt when it comes to a serpent. Okay, they have this honorable mindset, and the problem is us as a nation, we take the honor that we've been designed to walk in, and we apply it to dishonorable people. All right, and that's one of the biggest downfalls that Jake goes through, is believing that someone will treat them how they would treat them. And you know what that is? That's Romans 2:14. For the Gentiles do according to the law, okay, where they'll do things that are according to the law, and in their innocency, their mind believes that this person would do the same in return, when that's actually not true. Because one thing you have to realize in this walk is that there is wickedness here. Okay, you actually have to realize that you will deal with wicked people, where they will blatantly be evil. Okay, just because you have been allowed to believe in Yahweh Bashem El Shai, and you are afraid of Yahweh Bashem El Shai and his judgment, that doesn't mean that anyone else is. Okay, people will blatantly commit adultery, they will blatantly murder, they will blatantly lie to you without fear of the repercussions. See, now let's get this real quick. Genesis 3:1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field. Okay. Now, really, really quick, if you watched videos from the elders, the apostles, all right, Great Millstone, even I myself, through learning through the Holy Spirit of their teachings and studying, all right, you've seen lessons where we break this down, so you understand. Okay, the serpent wasn't literally a snake. All right, and forgive me. My computer's been acting a little weird, so after this lesson, I'm gonna run a virus program, but I'll do it myself, so I can tell you it. But I'd rather show you it, and I'd also like you to look it up yourself instead of us sitting here looking at a blank screen, as you see. But right here, you go into the word snake. All right, it goes into serpent, but you go to the etymology right here. You click right here. Okay, you go to your blue letter. You click right here. Root word, etymology, origin of this word, and the word for serpent in Genesis 3, at first glance, it does say snake, but when you go further, it goes into an enchanter, okay, to practice divinations. All right, you brothers and you few sincere sisters, you know this already. I am just showing this for anybody who has not known this yet. See, a whisperer, magic, a spell. Okay, look, an enchanter. All right, so we got that out the way. So the serpent, all right, the snake in Genesis 3 is a man. All right, and that's a spirit. Okay, so we have to realize that we are dealing with a snake. You have to realize that you're dealing with a serpent. You have to realize that this is his job. Okay, now let me show you something. Let's go to an old Indian proverb. And I watched this movie when I was younger. Okay, and this always stuck out to me. But you had a Gadite telling a story. Okay, and I'm gonna read it verbatim. There's a little swear word in it, but no big deal. All right, we're all grown here. It says, it's an old Indian proverb. It says, once upon a time, a woman was picking up firewood. Who's that woman? Eve, right? Who's the woman now? Israel. Real quick. Everything we say, we qualify it with what? With a precept, okay? What is that? Jeremiah. Because Eve represents Israel now, all right? That's why it says she will have enmity, his seed and her seed. Right here, Genesis 6:2. I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman. So we as a nation in the Lord's eyes are referred to as a woman. This is why, never seen that before. This is why in Jeremiah 3, the Lord is comparing adultery to the nation of Israel. You see, if it says, they say, if a man put away his wife and she go from him like we did and become another man's, Esau's, right? That's right now. We're in the cusp, okay? We're in the hands of the slayer, all right? So our job as the Lord's woman is to scream out according to the law, not give in to the serpent like Eve did, all right? We were reading. This lesson isn't about rebuking Eve, okay? This lesson is for us to learn from the mistakes in the past. There is a great quote that says, a wise man will learn from the errors of others. So we are using wisdom to learn from the errors of others so we don't fall into that same condemnation, okay? And it says, and she go from him and become another man's. Shall he return unto her again? And the law is no. We're not. If you have a wife and she commits adultery, well, one, there's a judgment for that. And two, we are not allowed to go back in unto her. And I understand that because I see the wisdom in that, because there is a bond that has been broken, right? And this is why we got to thank Yahweh Shem El Shai for giving us Yahweh Shai so that we can return, so our sins will be forgiven. Remember the woman that they caught and Yahweh Shai said, he who was out sin cast the first stone. That is representing us, caught in the act, committing adultery. See, so now that we're back and awoken, we should be on a different level with dealing with these same matters, okay? See, the Lord has given Esau a playbook, and all he's allowed to do is use these same plays over and over again. So we have to what? We have to have a defense against these plays that happen over and over again, all right? So Eve believed the serpent, will you? And it says, shall not the land be greatly polluted? But thou hast played the harlot with many lovers, right? Many gods, many nations. You see, this is why we are becoming holy again. All right. This is why we're defending the gospel. This is why we tell brothers, call upon the true name, have the correct doctrine, because we've lived the life of a promiscuous woman for far too long. And now it's time to be compared to as a virgin. Hence why the elect will be compared to virgins, meaning they have not been defiled with any other doctrine or fornication of lies, you see, and been polluted. That's what the serpent wants to do. He wants to pollute you like he did Eve. That was the whole relationship. He was whispering things in her ear, giving her other ideas outside of what she was taught by who? Her man. See? So who's our man? Yahweh Shem El Shai, Yahweh Shai, right? So we can't allow any other notion or thoughts to play with from an outside source that's not from home, okay? So it says, yet returned again to me, saith the Lord, lift up thy eyes unto the high places and see where thou hast not been lying with, and the ways hast thou sat for them as the Arabian in the wilderness, and thou hast polluted the land with thy whoredoms and with thy wickedness. See, therefore the showers have been withholding, and there have been no latter rain, and thou hast a whore's forehead, thou refusest to be ashamed. So this is why what? We're ashamed, okay? We're carrying and conducting ourselves as the shameful woman, being grateful to be brought back to the Lord. But then you have majority of our people that still have this benefit of the doubt when it comes to this serpent. And let's keep going back. Once upon a time, a woman was picking up firewood. She came upon a poisonous snake frozen in the snow, okay? And that's exactly how Esau can come up crouching, needing assistance, okay? Needing help, or I'm here to help, seeming harmless, okay? See, Esau can be wise as a serpent and play harmless as a dove. Now, this is why you, all right, you brothers, okay, and you few sincere sisters, but you brothers, you got to be wise as the serpent. All right. You got to understand what you're up against. You got to see what you're dealing with. You can't be lax here. All right. We're actually behind enemy lines. And whether you like it or not, your enemy is gunning for you. Okay. This is what it is. It's like, look at it like when a man, okay, plays a sport and they play against a woman. Now the man, he's like, oh, it's a woman. I'm not going to take her serious. This is for fun. But that woman has in her mind, I need to kill this guy because I need this win. You see that you can't, just because you look at Esau as puny and weak, all right, he's thinking diabolically how he can take you out. But Edomite told me once, he said, man, as soon as I saw you, I sized you right up. And me being just a dumb young Gentile Jake in the world, I'm like, man, what's good? What's up, bro? Not knowing nothing. See, he's already ahead, all right, on the scoreboard when it comes to this war. Now that it's a fixed fight, but the point is he ain't never stopped attacking. Esau has never stopped attacking Jacob. The snake has never stopped coiling around its prey. You have to understand that and not lean on your own understanding. This is Proverbs 3:5. Trust in Yahweh Bashem El Shai with all thy heart, all thy mind, and lean not unto thy own understanding, because you will give the what? Benefit of the doubt. No, he wouldn't do that. No, they wouldn't be like that. No, they're not trying to take us out. Definition, it means to believe something good about someone rather than something bad when you have the possibility of doing either, or to trust someone even though you are not certain about the truth. See, this woman trusted this snake even though they knew it was a poisonous snake. Oh, it's frozen, it's sick, it's weak, it means well. See, what is that? 2 Corinthians 2:11. Let's see, 2 Corinthians 2:11. This is the time we're in now, brothers. Okay. 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Are you ignorant of Satan's devices? Are you ignorant of what the serpent can do? Are you ignorant of the serpent's poison? Eve was. See, remember, seducing spirits. Okay. People believe Esau. Why do you think Joe Biden time is the perfect candidate to rock you to sleep? He's old, he's withery, he's weary in age, he trips sometimes, he wants to eat ice cream. That is a perfect camouflage. It's, what is the term? Playing possum. What does playing possum mean? Playing possum, to pretend to be dead, a trick used by possums to defend themselves from predators. See, playing dead, playing possum, playing weak. It's war. It's a tactic. Okay. Look up the length that Babylon and Magog went during the Cold War. Educate yourself. Understand you're dealing with a warlike nation of people. Stop thinking that you ain't at war with them. No one's telling you this is physical. This is spiritual. This is mental. Okay. This is why he presents himself as a lamb, but then speaks as a dragon. You see? So you can't lean on your own understanding when dealing with this vessel of what? Dishonor. You are using your thought process thinking that that's how they will react. They are not you. Okay. Romans 9:21. Has not the potter power over the clay of the same lump to make one vessel, one nation unto honor, and another nation unto dishonor? You cannot allow your genetic makeup by Yahweh Bashem El Shai of this upright, honorable, integrable mindset. You cannot apply that to a nation with a genetic design to be dishonorable. They will use your honor against you. I swear to God, I am not lying. Yes, this is the truth. I thought he had a gun. See, these are all the tactics that Esau uses. He uses your innocence against you. Eve believed the serpent. Will you? This is Matthew 10 and 16. It says, behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents. You got to know your enemy, okay? You got to know your enemy. And is not your enemy a serpent? So you got to be wise as a serpent, okay? And let's actually go into this real quick. Let's see if it'll let me. Well, let's try Google then, if that won't work. I'm going to finish the, what does being, let's actually put this in. How intelligent are, let's just put snakes. Let's just put snakes. New findings suggest that when it comes to learning and cognition, the humble snake may be quite a bit more like humans than anyone had imagined. Look at that. Look, the University of Rochester, this is where we're at. That's the Spirit. We're right here in Rochester. Oh, look at that. Man, the Holy Spirit is just, it's unmatched, bar none. But check this out. It says that snakes are more like humans than we imagined. Huh. Are snakes capable of feeling? Yes, snakes have emotions. Esau will react out of his demonic emotion. Okay. I guess that's all I want. That's all we need right there. See that? So it makes sense why the Lord compared to be wise as serpents. You got to have wisdom in this thing. All right. You got to be knowledgeable what you're up against. You see? And you have one serpent that conducts itself with a dishonorable integrity. And then you have to conduct yourself as a wise, all right, a wise serpent. Let's put that in now. Wise as a serpent, meaning, see what they say. If you are wise as a serpent, you will be a master of your own life and will not need anyone to build things for you. Your wisdom will lead you to rise up and build for yourself. This is why a man is said to be wise when he has built things. You got to be wise. So let's go from there back to, we finished this. Okay, we don't want that. All right. Finish it one more time. But look, be ye therefore wise as a serpent. Serpents have a level of wisdom, right? And harmless as a dove, because ultimately we are not here to attack, but to defend. Okay, we're on the defense. Esau's the offensive serpent. We are the defensive serpent. That's what I wanted. Snake's defense. What is a snake's defense? Remember, it says, what's that? Job 12 and 16. Look at the beasts of the earth, and they shall teach thee. It says foul-smelling odors. Some snakes, including the king snake, will discharge a foul-smelling odor to ward off predators. What's our foul odor? It's the righteousness. For light has come in the world, and men love darkness rather than light. The name of the Lord. These are all our defense. These are the things that we use to ward off the predator. And who's the predator? Esau. Hissing. Some snakes use hissing is used to intimidate predators. Right. That's why even a cat will hiss, mimicking the sound of a snake, so it will ward off a bigger predator. You see? So what do? What is our hissing? The Lashuan Kodash, calling upon the name of the Lord. These are the tactics that we are to use, being wise as a serpent, camouflaging ourselves from threats. See? Hiding ourselves in the strong tower of the Lord, which is his name. These are the wisdom that you are to apply, all right, while dealing with this treacherous snake, okay? Because Eve believed the serpent. She didn't fight against him. She believed him. We have the ability to fight off and ward off this evil serpent, okay? Now, we finished that, right? Harmless as a dove, because we know this. We're on the defense. Esau's on the offense, which is fine. We also know that he's dishonorable. So in his offense, he will what? Play possum, play defensive to draw you out, then to call you up. See? Because remember, going back, Genesis 3 and 1. Now the enchanter, right? Now the enchanter was more subtle than any other nation, any other man in the world, in the field, which Yahweh Shemel Shai had made. And he said unto the woman, yea, the Most High said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden. So he automatically threw out a question of what? Doubt. See? Doubt. Now let's go back to our initial point. Once upon a time, a woman was picking up firewood. Also, like I didn't even see brothers were in here. Shalom, Yahweh Bashem El Shai, Bashem Kakadash, Barakathum to you brothers tuning in. I pray that this is edifying. And I just want to say to you brothers and any brothers that may be listening at a later date, we are in the time where we have to have our radar up. We are in a time where we have to understand what we are up against and not play this lightly. Okay. You have to understand that what this is bigger than what Esau did in, 2001 with Ishmael. This is very serious. Okay. You are involved in something very serious. And a lot of our people have this notion, right? This benefit of the doubt, or this not taking him too serious spirit. And when he comes in like a flood, you're going to see the horns. You're going to see the fangs, okay, of this devil, of this snake. He's going to show you it. So, hey, you got to learn now to be wise like a serpent. You can smile at Esau too. You can get near him too. You can be amongst him too. That doesn't mean that you have to be family. That doesn't mean that you have to invite him over. But you can play just like how he plays, Hey, there's times where I go out in the world and I fake the funk, and it works because that's what Esau's doing. You see? But we don't go any further with him. We don't go to the level of he might be all right. No. And you sisters, don't do that. You see what Eve did. Don't fall for that. Gullible. Okay? You women are gullible. You're too nice to the wrong ones. You ain't nice to your man, the man that wants you, but you're nice to everyone else. You're nice to Esau for work, but when you come home, the demons jump on you. You see? It's a spiritual battle. It's a spiritual battle. It says, she took the snake home. See? Let me read it again. Once upon a time, a woman was picking up firewood. Right? It's right there. Okay. Let's hide that. It says, once upon a time, a woman was picking up firewood. The woman represent Israel, right? She came upon a poisonous snake. Who's a poisonous snake? Esau. Okay? The serpent. Frozen in the snow. He goes crouching, right? He seems harmless, right? But this proves she was drunk. See? Oh, let's just you could be drunk with kindness, man. All right, let me get the brother's precept. You could be drunk with kindness. So what do you ought to be? It's from the brother Bayan Yasharallah, 1 Peter 5:8. Be sober. You need to be just like how you want to be sober, so you're not drunken with other doctrines, or even you may say, you know what, I'm going to lay off some yayan or the strong drink or whatever you may sip, and you carnally. You got to say that with Esau. You know what? I got to be sober around this guy because he uses your emotions. Okay. He'll use your emotions. He'll use the fact that you are an integritable man or that you're honorable. So you know what he'll say? Let's sign a contract together. Let's shake hands and make this official. And now he's got you because you believe he's going to abide by laws because you would. Understand you're dealing with a Satan has transformed himself to an angel of light. If a brother wants to post that, okay? You need to understand that you're dealing with someone that is willing to go to the level to show himself as you just so he can overthrow you. You see that? Just because you want to do it doesn't mean he won't. Everything that you wouldn't do, he's doing and then some, and then will what? Look at you as if he's done nothing wrong. 1 Peter 5:8, be sober. You better be sober dealing with this devil. You better be sober dealing with this cunning hunter. Be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. See? He's seeking who he may devour. You have to understand that. The water, brother. 2 Corinthians 11:14. And no marvel. Do not marvel. Oh my God, I can't believe Esau lied to me. What do you mean you can't believe that? What do you mean you can't believe he lied to you? That's the problem right there. You said, I can't believe he lied to me. That's something you got to fix in your own mind. 2 Corinthians 11:14, and no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. And then when you keep going in this chapter, it speaks about putting themselves in positions as apostles. It makes sense why Esau's holding the Bible, because that's what a devil would do. You need to understand the length of evilness and where it will go. Evil will take something that's for good and use it for itself for evil. What did he say in the book of Eli? It's a weapon. They'll believe whatever I say as long as it's coming from this book. GMS Ayash Shah Barazal, the Water brother, Shalom, Psalms 55:21. The words of the serpents, the words from the serpent, right? The words of his mouth were smoother than butter. So you want to know when Esau's lying? When he opens his lips. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter. I'm here to help. We can fix this. You can trust me. Call me. We're here to protect and serve. Let me put it to you like this. Legally, by law, even the Supreme Court stated that police do not have the obligation to preserve citizens' lives and protect them and all that good stuff, right? They actually don't legally have to. They're not for that, but they'll drive around with a car that says protect and serve. Protect and serve who? See how he lies to you? He says, look, this is the best soda. You know, this is the healthiest thing for you. He says all those things. I don't mean it's true. You have to understand it. Just because you're not a liar doesn't mean he ain't. Just because you mean what you say and you say what you mean, don't mean he will. Stop comparing your righteousness in regard to this wickedness of these people. You just because you're honorable don't mean they'll be honorable. The words of his mouth are smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. Right there. Please help me. I need your help. Bring me back to health. But war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil. Whispering, you know, look, God said love. Joel Osteen's a great example. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. You see that? Yet were they drawn swords. GMS Spiritual Art 144K, Psalms 58:3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. See that? Everything is a lie from this man. Everything is a lie. Their poison, see? Their poison, their doctrine, their knowledge, their understanding, their teaching, their rhetoric, their poison is like the poison of a serpent, venomous, okay? Meaning you get bit. Hey, this could be life-changing. They are like the deaf adder. They're not going to listen. That stoppeth their ear. Don't expect a dialogue with Esau. They're not here to listen to you. They're not set up to listen to you. They're not set up to listen to you. Jake will sit here and speak to them. Now, what do you think? Don't ask Esau what he thinks. He's dishonorable. Which will not hearken to the voice of charmers, charming never so wisely. He's not going to hearken. He's not going to listen. This is why when we're at camp and someone who pertains to be an Edomite are listening, they're being understanding. Well, one, they could be playing possum, or two, they potentially could be a Jake. This is why being spiritual is the most important part of this walk. Being a spiritual man is one of the most important parts of this walk. Now we're going to go into Ecclesiastes 12. I see you brothers posting those precepts, so I'm going to go into it, but I wanted to read this part first. So it says, she took the snake home and nursed it back to health, right? Like Gad did. Didn't Gad, this old Indian proverb is Gad talking about Esau, okay? Did not Gad help the early settlers? Native Americans helped, what the hell would they call? Oh, yeah, right there. Native Americans helped pilgrims survive. The Wampanoag people, the people of the first light, are responsible for saving the pilgrims from starvation and death during the harsh winter. Look at that. Look at that. You can't tell me that this proverb ain't talking about what Gad went through. So Gad is telling you that the snake that they nursed back to health, who ended up killing them, all right, was the results of their benefit of the doubt. Look at that. See? And then did not the pilgrims murder Gad? European settlers killed 56 million. 56 million. You see that? They nursed them back to health. And when they got better, they came and murdered 56 million of them. And you wonder why there's a Gadite proverb about serpents right there. You know? You wonder why. Let me go back. I didn't realize what I was doing. Okay. Right here. I didn't share my screen. Okay. Look at this. Do it again for you. Salakia. It says the Wampanoag people, the people of the first light, are responsible for saving the pilgrims from starvation and death during the harsh winter. See? They were frozen, just like the serpent, and they nursed them back to health. And then when they got healthy, what'd they do? They murdered 56 million of them. The woman nursed the serpent back to health. She nursed him back to health. He got strong and murdered 56 million. So what do you think Gad's talking about in this proverb? You see? It says she took the snake home and nursed it back to health. One day the snake bit her on the cheek. As she lay dying, she asked the snake, "Why have you done this to me?" And the snake answered, "Look, bitch, you knew I was a snake." You see that? That's what I wanted to title it. Look, bitch, you knew I was a snake. That's how he feels. Look, dumb nigga, you know what you up against. Heartless, soulless, right? Spirit is not upright in him, okay? Because you would think as an Israelite, after doing this to someone, that they would bond and become a family. Wow, you saved my life. No, that's not how Esau's designed. Esau is not designed that way, and history shows you that. See, Gadites are responsible for saving Esau from starvation and death in a harsh winter. And then when the winter ended and they were strengthened, they turned around and murdered 56 million of those that helped them. Eve believed the serpent. Will you? Let's go into Ecclesiastes 12. Let's read this. Ecclesiastes 12 and 10. Never trust Esau. Okay? Never trust thy enemy. All right. And guess what? 2/3 are our enemy too. So don't trust even Jake, because Jake's a serpent too. Did not Yahweh Shai say, ye are of your father the devil? Was Jake not called a brood of vipers? Because Jake has that characteristic that Esau has, that Cain has. So don't even trust Jake either. Okay? Don't trust Jake either. But who's the head snake you can't trust? Esau. Never trust thy enemy. For like as iron rust is, so is his wickedness. Yeah, man, that rust, you just can't help it. You know, I got some certain metals that I use, like canning and stuff, and I have to constantly scrub the rust off or just buy new ones because it just appears. You wash it away and then it appears. See, you wash it away and then it appears. See, going back, it says, though he humble himself, cough, cough, sick, sick, I'm weak, weak. Ugh, you know, I'm tired. Help me, right? Don't they do that? Oh man, we're here to help, right? Though he humble himself and go crouching, what's someone doing? They crouch, they bow, they show reverence, right? When they're crouching, I crowd bow. Hello, hello, right? Hello, king from the Wampanoag tribe, right? Hello, black people of Chicago, right? Yet take if you ain't black, you ain't voting for me, all that shit, right? Yet take good heed. Take good heed, brothers. Take good heed of who you dealing with, man. Because see, women, they got that benefit of doubt spirit heavy. Look at a black woman and her murderous nigga son. He out murdering the whole damn planet. My baby was a good boy. She lacks judgment. She lacks the ability to discern because she's emotional, you know? I see that. Be around women. Here it is. Oh, on the news, such and such has just died. And then the woman, oh my God, it's so sad. You know, I said, you don't know them though. You don't know what they did. You don't know who they are. But your first response is say, oh my gosh, so sad. See? Gullible. Don't be gullible. Don't be the benefit of the doubt. Don't lean on your own understanding. Oh, it's cute. I like that color. Get that out of your head. You're behind enemy lines. And beware of him. And beware of him. All right? I remember years ago, I was working out at this public park, and there was a Jake with his family. And I seen him from time to time. You know, when you go places, you may not know someone, but you see him, you may wave, you may smile. And I was aware of him and his family. And all the Jakes were chilling. And I saw it was one Edomite. It was one Edomite. He was like from a news agency or something. He was just something. And he was crouching through. He was going around Jake, and Jake was just falling for it. And I watched him make his way to this man's wife and her children. I watched him, and I watched the husband not seeing it, and I seen him talking to her, and I just kind of whistled. I said, I whistled to the Jake, and he looked at me. I said, hey, snakes in the grass. And he looked at his family and beeline right to him. Well, hey, what's up? What's going on? You see? That's how he gets you, man. He lets the man back be turned, and the woman's here with the family, right? Isaiah 10, let me get it. He waits till the man's back turned. He goes to the mother, all right? And he puts his venom in him, you know? And I ain't say nothing. I just, hey, snakes in the grass. And he knew exactly what I meant in the spirit. And he went right over to his family. And then and guess what? Esau stopped talking to him because he was trying to get her ass. I don't know, some interview or just something stupid. But that's another man's woman. See? You know, don't talk to mine. Don't talk to me and mine. You know, you my woman. I'm gonna let your ass know that. Hey, I'm your filter system. Anything that's going on, you run it through me. See? And if you don't, hey, that's lines of adultery. Isaiah 10:1, woe to them that decree unrighteous decrees and that write grievousness which they have prescribed for what? To turn aside the needy from judgment, to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey and that they may rob the fatherless. See that serpent snake-like behavior? Be aware of that. Be aware of that. It says, and be aware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust has not been altogether wiped away. Look, bitch, you knew I was a snake. Excuse my language. For the sisters that may be watching or children that may be listening, I apologize, but the B word, is not as bad as you think, but in this context, it's being used as such. It's in quotation. I'm just reading it verbatim. Going back, and this is a very serious matter. If words are bothering you, wait till Esau's actions. If words bother you now, what are you going to do when Esau acts? All right. It says, set him not by thee, okay, lest when he has overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Now he becomes you. Now he becomes you. There was a movie, what was it called? I think it's this, Taking Lives. For allowing me to remember this. Here's a movie right here called Taking Lives. And in the movie, let me see. Are they going to give a better description to me? Because if not, I will tell you. It says, an insidious serial killer, Esau, is impersonating his victim. See, what he would do is he would see someone that he could portray himself as, and then he would murder them, and he would take everything and become them. Did not Esau do that? I'm a Jew. Here I am. I'm a Jew. That's what Esau told us a couple years ago when we were debating some Christians. He came up. He said, I'm a Jew. This is who they look like. They look like me. Let's read it again. Set him not by thee, lest when he has overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. Guess what? In the editions of Esther, it was found out Haman wanted to overthrow the Persians so that they could have the Macedonians rule. That's literally in the editions of Esther. Okay, when you go into the editions of Esther, that's actually what Haman wanted to do. let me see. How would I put that in? Let's go here. Haman wanted to I have my apocrypha next to me, overthrow the Persians. AJVA, Baba Kashab, please allow us to come up. Haman. No, I need the additions. It's in the additions of Esther if a brother wants to get it. Additions of I think it's how do they spell it? Haman? Let's see. It's in the additions. If I had my apocrypha right next to me, I could pull it right out. But it's right in there, you know. It's right in there. It's like, is it like 9 and 10? Let me see. I don't want to make this long. Let me see how long are we going here. All right, I gotta wrap it up. Where are we at here? Let me finish this off. Brother wants to find it. You could post it. Look it up in your own time. It's in the Editions of Esther. You can find it. I think it's the 9th chapter, but basically it literally tells you that Haman's plan was to overthrow the Persians so he could set up the Macedonians' rule. That's why you don't want to set him by you. See? It says, lest he seek to take thy seat, and thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent or any such come nigh wild beast? See? So we're not going to pity Eve no more. We're not going to pity 2/3 for not listening. You don't want to listen. That's your fault. Okay. So I'm gonna end it there. All right. Brother could find it. Look it up in your own time. It's in the Editions of Esther. All right, where Haman's plan was to overthrow the Persians. See? So don't set them by you. Okay? So Eve believed the serpent. Will you? And we are coming into the time where he's going to push his plan and he wants the world to believe it. He's going to try you. He's going to coil around you. And he wants to seek to devour you. So I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. I'd also like to give double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone that do well. And I'd like to say peace and salutations to the Lord's elect. With that being said, Shalom.